Good morning. I'm Jorge Sebastián Bravo. Good morning. Next, I will explain my theoretical analysis report. Letter A. What innovates English teaching learning activities do you propose to address the identified educational challenge? Right. To address the identify educational challenge, which includes the lack of active student participation in virtual English classes, the following innovative activities are proposed. Number one, gamification. Incorporate interactive games and game-based activities such as vocabulary competitions, real-time trivia, or simulations on digital platforms. This can increase student motivation and interest. Number two, small discussion groups. Create small daily workspace within virtual classes where students can interact more directly and practice the language in a less intimidating environment. Number three, use of artificial intelligence tools implements platforms that adapt content according to each student's level, offering personalized exercise and real-time feedback. Number four, authentic and cultural materials. Use videos, songs, and articles related to the culture of the target language to connect learning with real life and relevant situations. Kahoot to create interactive trivia and competitions. And quizzes to create gamified quizzes that encourage participation. Five, virtual immersion activities. Organize simulations of real-life scenarios such as ordering food in a restaurant or conducting a job interview using virtual reality tools or interactive digital environments. Collaborative projects encourage the creating of group projects such as presentations or videos in English that require planning and communications among students. And seven, and language techniques allow students to use their native language as support to understand complex concepts while progressing in their use of English. These activities aim to increase participation, reduce anxiety, and create a more dynamic and engaging environment for learning English in virtual environments. Letter B. What specific resources, including digital tools and materials, do you propose to use to support the implementation of the proposed activities? To support the implementation of the proposed activities, the following specific resources, including digital tools and materials, are suggested. Number one, gamification platforms or Kahoot to create interactive trivia and competitions. or quizzes, to create gamified quizzes and encourage participations. Number 2, online collaboration tools, Microsoft Teams or Zoom, to organize small discussion groups and break rooms or Padlet for collaborative projects where students can share ideas and materials. Number 3, artificial intelligence and adaptive learning. Duolingo or Babbel for exercises tailored to each student's level, or Edmodo for progress tracking and real-time feedback. Authentic and cultural materials on YouTube to access educational videos, songs, and cultural content in English. Or BBC Learning English for authentic resources such as a new and interactive exercise, simulations in virtual reality, or art-based VR or cool expeditions for virtual immersion activities in real-life scenarios. Role-playing apps, applications that simulate everyday situations in English. Translating tools, Google Translate, to facilitate the initial understanding of complex concepts, or Link Q, to combine English learning with the use of one's native language. Multimedia projects, Canva to create virtual presentations. Or Glitterbit to record videos in English and encourage oral expression. Interactive practice resource, Quizlet, for vocabulary flashcards and spaces repetition exercise, or Word2Go for interactive activities such as word puzzles and matching games. These digital resources and materials are designed to make activities more dynamic, personalized, and accessible, enhancing the learning experience in virtual environments. Number C. Letter C. What methodologies do you propose to use to evaluate the impact of the proposed activities on language learning outcomes? To evaluate the impacts of the proposed activities on language learning outcomes, the following methodologies are suggested. Number 1, formative assessments, or conduct continuous assessments during activities such as interactive quizzes, observing and participation in group discussions, and analyzing complete tasks in real time, or use tools such as Kahoot or quizzes to mirror students' progress in a dynamic and gamified way. Number 2, data analysis and personalized monitoring. Or implements adaptive learning platforms such as Duolingo or Edmodo that collects data of student performance and generate detailed progress reports. Or use metrics such as time spent on activities, levels of participation, and error frequency to identify areas for improvement. Number 3, project-based assessment. Or assess collaborative projects, presentations, video simulations according to specific criteria such as language use, creativity, and collaboration. Or use clear rubrics to rate specs such as fluency, pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary. Number 4, self-assessments and reflection. also encourage students to conduct self assessments on their performance and progress using tools such as Google Forms or learning journals. Promote group reflection sessions where students share their experience and learning. Number 5, in language proficiency testing. Will administer standardizing tests before and after implementing activities such as oral or reading and listening comprehension test, or compare initial and final results to measure the impact of the activities on the development or language skills. And number 6, qualitative analysis. Or conduct interviews or surveys with students to gather information about their perceptions of the activities, motivations, and level of satisfaction. Observe change in students' confidence and participation during class. And 7, evaluate emotional and social impact, or use anxiety and motivation scales to measure how activities affect students' emotional state, or analyze social interaction in group activities and its influence on learning. These methodologies allows comprehensive evaluations, combining quantitative and qualitative data to measure the impact of activities on language learning and adjust strategies based on the result obtained. Conclusion. In conclusion, the proposed language learning activities in virtual environments supported by digital resources and assessment methodologies offer a comprehensive and dynamic approach that responds to students' needs. The implementations of interactive tools, authentic materials, and adaptive technologies allows for personalized learning, encourages active participation, and creates an inclusive environment that reduces emotional and social barriers. The proposed assessment methodologies such as formative assessments, data analysis, self-assessments, and proficiency tests ensure continuous and detailed monitoring of students' progress. These strategies not only measure the impact of activities on language skill development, but also identify areas for improvement and promote reflection on the learning process. The focus on emotional, social, and cultural factors ensures that learning is meaningful and motivating, connecting the language to real-life context and fostering student confidence. By integrating language acquisition theories, current trends, and parallel observations, a solid foundation is established for improving learning outcomes in virtual environments. Ultimately, these proposals not only optimize language learning but also transfers the educational experience, making it more effective, accessible, and enriching for students. This underscores the importance of combining theory, technology, and practice to address the challenge of language learning in the 21st century. Thank you very much and goodbye.